What's up, you all? How you all doing today? Welcome back to another fabulous show. I'm your host. He is Blanchard, aka Free Blanche, aka Blanche Stradamus, aka Blanchy Kruger. Um, yeah. Today's title of the show is Dating While Black 103. You gotta excuse me because these my sinuses are acting up, so my nose will be itching. Anyway, hope you're having a blessed day today. Um, Thank you, Queen Black Essence. Thank you so much. Um, anyway, let's get into it. Dating While Black 103. And I had a great discussion today with somebody that I know, but got to know him a lot better today. And he was talking about, we're talking about relationships, but then he was talking to me and he said, you know what? He said, we got to go back a few steps before we can even talk about the relationship problems in the Black community. And I'm gonna say this. Excuse me, y'all. I'm sorry. You get that itchy nose feeling. I've been taking my garlic though. It's almost gone, y'all. Anyway, um, so before we get into the relationships, we must first talk about a man and his outlook on life. When we are discussing relationships in the Black community, we have to start with the men. Why? Because men set the standards. So if men set the standards, then that's what we start with when it comes to relationships in the Black community. Now, I consider myself to be somewhat red pill, but I'm not red pill to the point where I put it all on the women. Now, you all have you all's flaws. That is true. But if we tie back any childhood trauma, um, most childhood trauma comes from the absence of a man or the presence of a man who isn't in his proper position. That's where all trauma stems from. It stems from a man, much like sin came into the world by a man. Adam did not have to eat the fruit. Many of these men do not have to sleep with these women. Even if she wants to sleep with you, even if she's throwing it at you, whatever the reason is, it's still the man's responsibility. You said garlic brings mucus? Okay, I'll check him out. Jacob's Regeneration. I'll check him out. The garlic usually works though. I'm writing it down, y'all. Jacob's Regeneration. Neek says sea moss. But anyway, I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna check it out. Again, I don't know why this. I think somebody's doing something to my live. Either Instagram is doing something, or because my live has been doing this. So listen, you all. I'm gonna close out and just come right back. I don't know why it's doing this. I'm gonna close out and come right back. This has been going on for the past week now, where it's just you said not the fruit flavored sea moss. Yep. So let me go to this real quick and just get off of this. I don't know what's going on with my Wi-Fi. It's only with this Instagram. It makes no sense. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm sorry, YouTube. I'm sorry. Okay. Give me 1 second. I don't know why it's just hard to type this. Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm back. Okay. Okay. So we talk about relationships. We have to start with the men, and because the man sets the standard, ultimately the man is responsible. When we talk about trauma, for the most part, is going to stem from either the absence of a man or a man being there, not in his proper position. So we have to first examine a man's outlook on life. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with this Instagram. I don't know what the problem is. Oh yeah, I got some honey too. Anyway, so I don't know why this is doing this, y'all. Give me 1 second, man. I promise you Instagram is doing this. I promise you Instagram is doing this. I promise you that this never happens. I have no problem going live on Instagram. Anyway, so what is the man's outlook on life? You know what, Christina? I forgot the neti pot. Thank you so much. I forgot. Thank you. That's what I forgot to do is that neti pot. Thank you. What's up, Vic? What's up, Goddess Navi? What's up, all of y'all? Let me get back on track if I missed this. So I forgot where I was, but anyway, so what is the man's outlook on life? What is the man's outlook? So, ladies, when you are talking to a man, what is his outlook on life? This goes for any race of woman, but I'm talking to Black people. What is his outlook on life? When you're talking to him, what is he expressing to you about how he sees life? And is what he's expressing to you, are you willing to follow that? Because ultimately, you're going to have to follow that man. So when he's talking to you, are you willing to follow that man? And it's a simple question. It's a simple question. Two types of men, either wise or foolish. That's it. Two types. There's no hybrid of he's this and no. Two types of men. He's wise or he's foolish. They may look alike, but they don't act the same. They don't operate the same. From a distance, they may look alike, but they do not operate the same. A wise man is going to always be wise, and a foolish man is going to always be foolish. And so, when it comes to relationships, we first start with the man to assess, well, what is the issue? Somebody told me today, the problem is that we're not asking the right questions. And we're not asking the right questions because we don't have the proper information. So when we're talking about relationships and why it's so fragmented in the Black community, the question is why? And I guarantee the why leads back to poor leadership from men. That gets this ball rolling. That got the ball rolling with Adam. That got the ball rolling with David. That got the ball rolling with Samson. That got the ball rolling with what's his name? Solomon. They got the ball rolling with Saul. We can go throughout the Bible. They got the ball rolling with Jesus. I mean, not Jesus, I'm sorry, Judas. We can go throughout the Bible and we can see countless times where when men weren't operating in their proper position, what happened. And it was catastrophic. Now, I'm not saying that women don't have their faults, because believe me, I know firsthand they come with a lot. But I'm saying that when we are talking about this relationship problem, the number one problem I see is men not operating in their proper position. Blanche, what do you mean? What I mean is, when it comes to this dating market, the dating market is only set by how much men allow women to get away with. That's the dating market. The dating market is how much do men allow women to get away with it. What do you mean, Blanche? What I mean is, you are dating a woman. Y'all going on a first date. Why are you spending $200 plus on the first date? If y'all had talked for a month and y'all exhausted the conversation, I get it. But y'all talked maybe twice, and now you're going out to eat and you spending $200 plus. For what? Honestly, y'all shouldn't even want to go out to eat on the first date. The first date should be strictly about you all getting to know each other face to face. And I said this, ladies, have your questions prepared. You should already have a list of questions to ask this man that are going to require him to think, that are going to require him to show you his character. And men, y'all should have them too. I didn't say have a list for the person that you want. I said have a list of questions, because the person may qualify or disqualify themselves based on the answers. But why are men on the first date going out and spending $200 plus? It doesn't make any sense. For what? I'll tell you why. Because men have allowed women to set the standards for the dating market, when all this time it's been the man's standard. Why? Because the man has to pay. The man has to pay. So if the man is paying, how are women setting the standard? I don't want to go here. I don't do this. I don't go. You're going to go where I take us. It's not by force, because you don't have to. But if you want to go with me, you're going where I want to go. You start picking the places once we get a rapport established. Not first off the rip. No, it's a bad habit. It's a bad habit. Now, the man asks you what type of food you like, you can tell him. But again, we have to go back to, what is the man's outlook on life? How does this man view life? Black men, for the most part, look at life through a very clouded lens. They have a very narrow purview of the world. That's most black men don't. There's a video game called Madden, and the better the quarterback is, the more vision he has on the video game. So some quarterbacks' vision is like this, and the greats are like this. Most black men's vision of the world is like this: blinders. He's only seeing the world from one perspective, as a black man. That's why they always tell you, I'm a black man. That's how they see the world, from the lens of a black man, and not the lens of a God-fearing man. The lens of a black man is already tainted. It's programmed, it's propagandized, it's filled with all. So But the lens of a God-fearing man is expanded because God is limitless. So the man knows I can apply my faith to get what I want accomplished. And his faith is supposed to be limitless. The Bible says that faith can move a mountain. So again, how does this man view the world? Most of you black women are going to have a tough time in the dating market if you want to be with a black woman. I mean, a black man. And it's because how much of the programming has he gotten rid of? How much of the propaganda has he rejected? How much of how much limitations has he removed from the way he sees the world? These are questions. Because you might meet him when he's 21, but now he's 31. Timing is everything. But most of you are going to have a tough time in the dating market just based on the black man's view of the world. He does not view the world from an expansive lens. He views the world from a perspective of lack. There's not enough. I'm oppressed. They don't like me. Racism, slavery. I can't do it. They won't let me. That's how the man views the world. So think about that kind of mindset and then apply it to your relationship. How can your relationship grow and reach the next level if the man that you're with can't even see the next level? He can't even conceive growth. When we're talking about relationships, we have to go to the start, and the start is the man. How does this man view the world? Miss Kat Sinclair, hope you don't hate me. I don't know why you would say that. Why I don't hate you. I don't hate nobody. And another thing too, the older we get, we should be getting to the point where we shouldn't even be getting offended by any of this stuff. Miss Kat Sinclair said women don't have a lot of voice and they are corrupted by their men. Women have too much of a voice, and that's a problem. The problem is that men have allowed women, men have been operating off of appeasing women instead of being in their rightful position. The man is supposed to guide, provide, and assume responsibility, not cater to women, not pander to women, not appease women. A woman will never be satisfied. A woman will never be satisfied. She won't. Because it's not in her nature to be. Her nature is to not be satisfied. So I don't believe that men have corrupted women. I believe that women have allowed themselves to take advantage of the freedom they've been given. That's what's happened. But in the initial start, the men didn't give women this quote unquote liberation or freedom righteously. They gave it trying to appeal to the woman versus what does God say about her having all the rights? What does God say about her having all the freedom? What does God say about her being equal to men? Because that's the question. What does God say about that? You show me a woman that has all the freedom, and I'll show you a woman that's a wild beast. If you show me a woman that has all the freedom, I will show you a wild beast. You can go to any city and pick any single woman that's career orientated, that has her money, that has her place, that has her car, has all these things going for her. And I guarantee when it comes to relationships, she is a poor selector of men. I guarantee it. Women achieving in society, careers, money, status, positions, it does not add to their character. It doesn't. Women's character is not built through their accomplishments. A woman's character is built to her service to a man. That's where her character is built. Is she submitting to Christ? Is she submitting to her father? Is she submitting to her husband? That's where a woman's character is built. It's not built when she climbs the corporate ladder. Most of the time, her doing that turns her into Maleficent. But let's continue. So, before I get into it, the relationship starts with the man because God created woman for man. So, the foundation of the relationship starts with the man. So, if the man is in a bad relationship, it's either his fault for making it bad or it's his fault for picking the wrong woman. Either way, it's always going to be the man's fault, always, in a relationship. Let's continue. Let's continue.
Standards are just too high. I'm a 30-year-old single black female prioritizing gut health and protein intake. I can squat 250. I've written 2 books and speak 3 different languages. In the last 6 months alone, I've created 4 different applications and 2 different programs across the iOS platform. Not to mention, I started diversifying my financial portfolio at 23. You wear skinny jeans. We're not grading this on a curve.
Nothing this hoe just said make me want to pull out the jergens and do nasty things to myself. Is that your hair? Do you have hair under there? How big is your feet? Why are you still single at the age of 30? Oh, because you focusing on all this bullshit that ain't got nothing to do with being a good woman or being a good wife or being a good partner overall. The only people that's impressed by what she just now said are other women. That's your problem. You competing with all these other, you created all this iOS and you speak 3 languages and you squat 250. Oh my God. Ooh, you squat 250? Oh, turns me on. Oh yeah. She squat 250. Can only imagine what your feet look like. I can't brag to my parents about that. Hey, Mom, she squat 250. Yeah, she the one. Resume is impeccable. Very impressive to other women. I swear to God, she gonna always be single. But she gonna be happy though. Very accomplished. Hopefully one day on a nice February, some kids will study you in school. Yeah, because you've done enough to go down in Black History books, for sure.
I want to play this again.
Maybe your standards are just too high. I'm a 30-year-old single black female prioritizing gut health and protein intake. I can squat 250. I've written 2 books and speak 3 different languages. In the last 6 months alone, I've created 4 different applications and 2 different programs across the iOS platform. Not to mention, I started diversifying my financial portfolio at 23. You wear skinny jeans.
So again, what men did was men started saying that women are equal to men. And so women took that as being equal to men means imitating what men do. You never see these women act like men of character. You never see women emulate men that are actually righteous. They imitate men that they believe encapsulate what it means to be a man. In other words, they look at superficial things as the flex. So what she's basically saying is she's saying, I'm more of a man than you. I'm not grading you on a curve. I'm more of a man than you based on my accomplishments. She may be brilliant. She's fairly attractive. She speaks 3 languages. I doubt it, Cap, but she speaks 3 languages. She's created multiple apps on iOS platforms. She's got her money in order. She can squat to all of this stuff. But you know what she didn't mention? Can she submit to a God-fearing man? Can she be a good wife? Can she be a good helpmeet? Can she be a good mother? Can she bite her tongue? Can she prepare the meal when she's upset? Can she love him when she's upset? Can she accept him at his lowest? Can she not get jealous when he's at his highest? These are the questions that should be asked. And I guarantee the answer is no to all of those because she already feels entitled. But dear Black men, this is what you have to go through in this dating world with Black women. The more accomplishments she has, the more chances that she's going to be a horrible person. It just is what it is. Because again, women don't get character by accomplishments. That's not what builds a woman's character. What builds a woman's character is her service to God and service to her husband. That's what builds her character, not this. Now, she wants a guy that has all his ducks in a row, that has all his things in order. He wants him to deal with this. Most men that are successful, they want a simple woman. This whole power couple thing came from Black people. Most successful men of all the other races have simple wives. They simple. Black folks are talking about power couple this, Jay-Z and Beyonce. It's chaos. It's death and destruction. A power couple. How does that even work? How are both of y'all ambitious? How are both of y'all trying to blaze new trails? How are both of y'all trying to boss up? Where's the family? It's chaos. But guess what? Black men signed off on that. When Black women were saying, we got to be a power couple. We got to both boss up. I want you to go back. I want you to go back and watch The Cosby Show. Cliff and Claire Huxtable. Cosby was a doctor. Claire Huxtable was a lawyer. But guess what? It's a TV show. 9 times out of 10, Claire Huxtable would not act like that if she was really a lawyer. And 9 times out of 10, Cliff Huxtable wouldn't have acted that way if he was really a doctor. It was TV. In real life, that power couple thing, it don't work. Gabrielle Union and D Wade are a power couple. Do you want their relationship? Beyonce and Jay-Z are a power couple. Do you want their relationship? Well, how about Kim Kardashian and Kanye West? You want their relationship? No. We can go through examples of even non-celebrities. You don't want their relationships because you know it ain't built on nothing. It's built on how it looks. She's successful. He's successful. Okay. The aesthetics. The aesthetics. So again, this young lady, she has the tools because she's into fitness. She doesn't appear to be lazy. She believes in a healthy lifestyle, but what about her behavior? Is she okay with bad behavior? Bad behavior for Black women is an Achilles heel because the culture says that that bad behavior is not only accepted, but it should be celebrated. I'll play it again.
Maybe your standards are just too high. I'm a 30-year-old single Black female prioritizing gut health and protein intake. I can squat 250. I've written 2 books and speak 3 different languages. In the last 6 months alone, I've created 4 different applications and 2 different programs across the iOS platform. Not to mention, I started diversifying my financial portfolio at 23. You wear skinny jeans.
So again, what she's saying in a nutshell is, I'm more of a man than you. And what you're going to find with most Black women is that's going to be their stance. How much more of a man than you are than me? She got a man. She has a meter how well I compete with men. Most Black women think they can compete with men successfully and effectively. That's what you're dealing with. I didn't say all. I said most. Just like I said, most Black men have a very narrow worldview. Not all, but most. But let's continue. Let's continue. Oh no. Let me. My bad. I didn't want to show that one. I'm sorry.
Y'all gotta understand, women have zero game, fellas, and they will always. Women's game is bait. That's all it is, bruh. That's all a woman gonna do. A woman gonna bait you into something, and she gonna make you go. Especially if she bad, she gonna make you commit to whatever it is that she wants you to commit to. So if she sends you a text like that, like, oh, I've been thinking about you. Pretty much essentially what she's saying is she wants you to say, oh, that's so sweet of you. I've been thinking about you too. A woman, y'all gotta understand, women have zero game, fellas, and they will always. Women's game is bait. That's all it is, bruh. That's all a woman gonna do. A woman gonna bait you into something, and she gonna make you go. Especially if she bad, she gonna make you commit to whatever it is that she wants you to commit to.
I'm gonna say this too about the red pill movement. I'm gonna say this too. A part of this dating that makes it fun is the unknown. It is the level of anticipation, the unknown, the surprises. All women have a surprise. My boy calls it the prize in the Cracker Jack box. You meet a woman, they all have something they're gonna spring on you. You don't know what it is, fellas, but it's gonna be something. It's gonna be something you're gonna be like, huh? It's going to be something. You're gonna dig in that Cracker Jack box and you're gonna be like, all women have something. I don't know what that something is, but they all have something. But a lot of this advice these red pill guys give you y'all should know this stuff. I mean, honestly, some of y'all don't have to be this slow when it comes to women. You come on, y'all. Y'all should know how. Come on. It's just a lot of y'all. Come on. Some of this stuff y'all should know. You might not know all of it, but y'all should know some of it. Come on, man. Come on, man. Let's continue, though. I don't know why I played that video because I really want to go to this next one. That's what I really wanted right here.
You need game. You see what I'm saying? If you getting money, if you getting money and you ain't got no game, you just a goofy with money. You just a goofy with a nice car. This is how women look at you. This ain't me. I don't look at you like that. But this is how women look at you. You just a goofy with a nice car. You just a duck with a nice car, a duck with a big house, a duck with with $1 million. That's all you are to women if you don't have game. Trust me. And they're naturally hardwired to separate you from this.
So
You
what
just
he's
a duck with a
saying,
nice car, a duck with a big house, a duck with you need game. You see what I'm saying? If you getting money, if you getting money and you ain't got no game, you just a goofy with money. You just a goofy with a nice car. This is how women look at you. This ain't me. I don't look at you like that. But this is how women look at you. You just a goofy with a nice car. You just a duck with a nice car, a duck with a big house, a duck with $1 million. That's all you are to women if you don't have game. Trust me. And they're naturally hardwired to separate you from this.
you notice that the red pill community never talks about a happy marriage. The purpose of the game is to come out of the game with a wife. The purpose of the game is to come out with a family. You're supposed to be playing the game for the prize. These red pill guys never talk about a happy relationship. These red pill guys never talk about a happy relationship. Hey, what's good morning, fellas? My wife just did this, or my girl. Like, there's never a happy story to tell when it's these red pill. I'm like, well, when does it? You getting all of this game, you getting all this free game, but then in the end, well, where's the fruits of it? Where's the fruit? Y'all been listening to podcasts for years, and you still ain't got a story that's good to tell about your woman. You don't never hear these red pill guys say, man, my woman loves me. Never. They never brag on the woman that says how well she treats them. Why not? If you got it all figured out, then where's the success story? Because you can sleep with women. Do you know how many broke men with nothing going on can sleep with a bunch of chicks? That ain't hard. It's not hard at all. You know how many low life, degenerate bum men sleep with women? It is countless. It happens all the time. So if that was you all's goal, sleep with women, that could have been done on the other side. I'm going to tell you right now, none of this stuff matters. If a woman believes in a man, she's going to follow him, whether he's sleeping in his car or whether he's in a mansion. If a woman believes in a man, she's going to ride with him. Y'all say a man got to get this, a man got to get that, a man got to do, he got to get his money, get you. You can do all that and still not have a story to tell that's good. I'm telling you now, what a woman is going to follow, she's going to follow you. Not your career, not your money, not your car, not your house. She's going to follow you. And what the red pill movement doesn't talk about is the character development of men. Why should a woman follow you? That's the question. Why should a woman submit to you? That's the question. That's the question. Why should she do it? How is her life going to be better with you than it is with Pookie and Ray Ray? Explain it to me. Right, Neek. Man made the money. Money never made the man. Top Herc said, Top Herc said, the black man is George Orwell's wet dream. Do you know? That might be one of the most funniest and coldest prophetic jokes ever told in the history of mankind. The black man is George Orwell's wet dream. That is so layered and nuanced. Top Herc, that is that is brilliant. That is brilliant. But my question is, and the question should be, is why should the woman follow me? Why should the woman listen to me? Why should the woman submit to me? I should have answers to those questions. Why should she be doing it? Mystic Philly said, Orange and Slinky said, that's so deep, I don't even get it. Well, you know, George Orwell's, I think he's talking about, based on his famous book, you know, George Orwell does the dystopian futures, like books like 1984, where, you know, where these people are really just dumbed down and docile sheep, just ripe for a antichrist figure or a global leader to just, you know, rule the world through tyranny and communism and globalism and all. But he's saying that the black man is George Orwell's wet dream because he literally would sign up for it. Literally. Mystic Philly said, whatever, I was in dirty construction gear covered in mud when me and my girl met and been rocking out for 10 years since. And she had dressed professional. Ninjas make me mad excuses. So you saw Mystic Philly said he met his wife in construction gear. I'm telling y'all right now, women don't care. When women gonna tell you, yeah, we can't, they don't. If you see a woman and she has a list of what type of man she require, she'll have a list of, I date these type of men. I guarantee the guy you see her with does not match that list. Guarantee it. I guarantee, because that list doesn't evoke a feeling inside of her. That list doesn't deal with chemistry. That list doesn't deal with attraction. That list doesn't deal with the pheromones. That list don't deal with none of the stuff that are going to attract a woman to a man, or attract a woman to a man. None of that stuff. Every woman that I see with a list, the guy I see her with is not that list. Girl, I don't date them when they tall. They got to be tall. If I date them, I look, man, he 5'6". Girl, he got to have money. Girl, he got to have money. Man, I look at him. Stop, man. He's selling prepaid legal. He in some multi-level marketing scam. Every time they give you a list, you see who they date, it's never the same person. I don't even listen to women. I don't. I just tell y'all to sit down and be still somewhere so you can get found by a man. I say, wait till you got some oil in your lamp. I don't even listen to the list. I don't listen to none of that. I tell women there's two types of men, wise and foolish. You better choose carefully. I don't even listen to men. I don't even listen. I mean to women. I don't listen. Because I know she's going to contradict that list.
I want to get my back blown out in peace. You think I got time to talk about a divorce that's a year old? That's a year old, y'all. Let's be fucking for real. Let's be real. And I'm like just so irritated because I didn't want none of this to come out from the beginning. So
signs of bad behavior. Signs of bad behavior. Talking about what should be left in the bedroom to the public. These are signs of bad behavior. Talking about what is being done in your bedroom, being spoken to the public. Signs of bad behavior. Using profanity in public. Signs of bad behavior. Talking loud, aggressively. Signs of bad behavior. Tapping your scalp multiple times to cure some itch. Signs of bad behavior. Always in a rush to do something. Cannot be still. Signs of bad behavior. Getting on live with a bunch of makeup and talking about how you didn't want the world to know how much money you got in a divorce. Signs of bad behavior. Black women have made bad behavior fashionable. And don't tell me not all, because we just saw Kamala Harris, and now we're seeing the rise of Jasmine Crockett. So don't tell me not all. They can only exist because the sisterhood exists. Women, your greatest challenge is going to be getting rid of bad behavior. Miss Kat Sinclair said your wife is going to be Amish. Well, if the Amish women don't like bad behavior, they will get an interview. If the Amish women don't do this, they'll get an interview. If the Amish women don't talk loud, they'll get an interview. Obviously, the Amish women know how to do what? They know how to cook, they know how to clean, they know how to sew, they know how to build, they know how to make butter, they know how to make butter, they know how to make cheese, they know how to tend to the animals. The Amish woman has a lot to offer a man. So if you say, Blanche, your wife will have to be Amish, well, maybe. But what I'm not going to do is have the choice between the Amish woman and Tiana Taylor and pick Tiana Taylor. I will pick the Amish woman every time. Tierra Barnes said, and they make fresh cream. The Amish woman is top tier in the dating market. She will dress modestly. She will not embarrass you. She will be impressed by the simplest of things. She will have that Bible cracked open and she will be reading. She will be praying. She will be cooking. She will be cleaning. And above all, she will be loving. So the Amish woman is top tier in the dating market. Now, how you going to find one? I don't know. Do you want to go live where they live? I don't know. But as far as the women, they are top of the list. So if I got to pick between the Amish woman and Tiana Taylor, I'm picking the Amish woman every single time. You'll never hear an Amish woman say, what if I want to get my back blown out in peace? You will not hear the Amish woman say, what if I want to get my back blown out in peace?
What if I want to get my back blown out in peace? You think I got time to talk about a divorce that's a year old? That's a year old, y'all. Let's be fucking for real. Let's be real. And I'm like just so irritated because I didn't want none of this to come out from the beginning. So when people saying, for everybody that's saying, oh, well, this y'all celebrities, this is what come with it. No divorce stuff is private. It can absolutely stay private if you allow it to stay private. I'm going to give you one even better. We went.
Now, do you think black women are shunning Tiana Taylor, or are black women celebrating and praising Tiana Taylor? Do you think she's being rejected in the black community, or is she being elevated and praised?
Michelle Obama said something recently that I think she should apologize for.
People think I'm being catty by saying this. It's like there were 10 years where I couldn't stand my husband.
Just in case you didn't catch that, the man that she said that she couldn't stand for 10 years just so happened to be the 44th president of the United States of America. That's kind of a big deal. Where else do you even see this? What other wife of a high-ranking official would even say something like that? That was wildly irresponsible. It was flagrantly disrespectful, and we cannot have a civil society where the first lady of the United States thinks that her celebrity status supersedes any type of public respect that she should have for her husband. Okay, she needs to apologize for that. You know what? As a black woman, it's embarrassing, and I'm tired of that narrative. It's sickening. Please, enough. Do you ever see the president of France's wife saying this kind of stuff? No. Queen Elizabeth speaking that way about Prince Philip? No, she was the Queen of England. Do you think Vladimir Putin's wife, if he were still married, do you think that she would say something like that? Absolutely not. But if Michelle Obama says it, it's supposed to be okay. It's not okay. And I don't expect most black women to hear me on this, because most black women were not raised in a household where the man is in proper leadership. They weren't raised with fathers in their lives. This is not a condemnation of her. This is a condemnation of that type of ideology and mentality that thinks that it's okay and it's all right to say that in public. It is not. If that is how you feel, keep it to yourself.
I was very disappointed by the comment Michelle made. No one has a perfect life, whether they're single or in a relationship, so certain things are better off being kept off the internet, because most women would deal with 10 years of stress to one day say they were married to the president of the United States. It's that simple.
There are certain things that you don't let out of the house when you are a married person. You're the first lady of the United States. She knows this. I thought feminism means equality. Actually, no man can get up and say that they hated their wife or they couldn't stand their wife for 10 years. And on top of all of that, this man for 10 years that she couldn't stand, he's kind of the whole reason we even know who she is.
All right, so let's talk about her right here. You know, you see her sitting up there.
Now, I'm going to tell you right this. You can just go ahead and see this. I'm going to let her speak, though. Again, bad behavior. Bad behavior. How do I know she has bad behavior? By all the faces that she was making when that girl was talking. Nothing that girl said was wrong. Big Mike and Barry, their marriage, her not liking him for 10 years, shouldn't even been spoken. Because you and I know, if you don't like somebody for 10 years, you're not going to stay married to them. No, I've not met any women that have that kind of character. I don't like this man, but I'm going to stay with him. No. So the reason why you stayed with Barry was because your relationship with him is possibly not even, it's not real. A woman saying that I couldn't stand my husband for 10 years, that's not how that, you know how much stress that is? You know how much stress that is to not be able to stand somebody? You got to be with them for 10 years? It's like prison. No. Now, whether Big Mike was being honest or not, I don't know. My issue ain't really with Big Mike or Barry. My issue is with this young lady with the blonde hair. And this young lady with the blonde hair is the typical black woman. She is the typical black woman. So we're going to listen to her talk about this young lady, and you're going to listen to her give you everything out of context. No, I don't want to take your view. Let me just I'll let her talk.
There, with her hair in her TWA, her teeny weeny afro, all crinkled up and all of that, because that's what these men say that they like. But the data shows something different. The data shows that when they have an opportunity to pick, that they pick different than what it is that they claim that they want. They say that they don't want XYZ, but if one of those IG baddies gave him the time of day and was like, yeah, as long as you marry me, he'll be running to City Hall to get some paperwork for her. But they sit up there and they call women masculine when they behave in the same manner as this woman is behaving right here. So she's up there, she's their attack dog, and they are fine with having that masculine energy when it's coming to defense for them. But it's funny how they never seem to be able to find their way into getting the pick-me's to get them off, or the mammies to get them off of the single market shelf, right?
So this is this lady, I think her name is Tanya. Is it Tanya Talks maybe, or Tanya something Tanya. Anyway, this woman right here is horrible because right now she's not being honest. She's being very dishonest. This young lady is not being masculine. Her speaking with authority about Big Mike is not being masculine. That's not what masculine is. Talking with a deep voice is not what being masculine is. There are women that have deep voices. What is you being masculine is your attitude towards men. That's what makes you masculine. Not you talking about Michelle Obama. What makes you masculine is your attitude towards men. Do you feel you have the right, the authority to challenge men? Do you feel that you are in a position to challenge a man's manhood? That's what makes you masculine. Not critiquing Big Mike talking about how she couldn't stand Obama for 10 years. That's not being masculine. And as far as these quote unquote pick-me's go, which I want to call them pygmies, the disingenuous thing is that when Black women don't agree with the herd, you all start to attack them. What this young lady said was not, she said nothing wrong. So how are you doing a show trying to figure out how this girl is wrong? I'll tell you why. Because she goes against the typical Black woman mindset. I don't have to submit. I'm the boss. I'm more of a man than him. Y'all know the rhetoric. Y'all know it.
They have all of these different requirements and all of this different needs and love and lust for them to be able to be on the attack. Who's calling her masculine for this behavior? Michelle Obama, you need to apologize. If she was talking about them, they would be calling her masculine. But this same, and first of all, this is not masculine energy. You know, there are many different variations of feminine energy that range from the feminine energy that creates flowers to the type that creates tornadoes and rips your house out the ground. There's a feminine energy that exists with, you know, babying a person, as well as the feminine energy that exists with protecting that baby and taking a life for that child which you're protecting if you need to, if need be. So there's a wide range, and far too many of us are looking.
Why is she adding a clap track behind when she's like she's dropping jewels or something? Imagine her she got the clap track in the background like she's really saying something. Like she's really like, what are you saying? You're saying that there's feminine energy and there's masculine energy. Okay. Now, do y'all think she's happy? Do you all think she's happy?
Looking at Leave It to Beaver and all these 1950s shows and trying to go back to a simpler time because so many of us are acting so regressive. We're acting like we're not in 2023 and if those 1950 days aren't over because Black people didn't really get a chance to participate in those days. Like, I mean, first of all, Black women have always worked. We didn't have those across the board leave it to beaver days. We came off the plantation working, and then as quiet as kept, we were being put to work by the pimps outside of the plantation. Listen, you're not ready for that conversation. You ain't ready for that conversation. But let's get back to her.
And then when they talk about history, it's never accurate. It's never accurate. The history is never accurate. Never. It's never accurate. They always give you history that has the Black woman up here and everybody else below her. You never see them talk about history and they're actually honest about the history. We done went from Michelle Obama saying that she couldn't stand Barack Obama for 10 years, and now she's talking about leaving the plantation, getting pimped. We done went from, and this is how you know she don't have a leg to stand on. We done went from Michelle Obama, aka Big Mike, speaking out of pocket, talking about Barry, to now she's talking about Black women having to work and getting pimped out. Let's go.
Michelle Obama, the Obamas in and of themselves were a different type of family. First of all, he was the first biracial president that we had had. He was the first president of color. They were the youngest family to be in the White House, so much so that there were rumors of Michelle being pregnant during the term, right? And then they started criticizing him like, oh, how is he going to concentrate on the country? And and they were criticizing him because of these pregnancy rumors. So they were a different type of family. First of all, Black people have a different air to us than other people. We are innovators. We are creators. We set the stage. And she's naming all of these.
Show me. Show me where Black people have a different air and they set the stage and they the trends. Show me. Show me. Show me where Black people are innovators. Show me. Show me where this group of people are innovating in an industry. Show it to me. Is it in financing? Is it in education? Entertainment? Sports? Show me the area where Black people are doing all of these things. Show it to me. Bypie said that's because they get their history from Jewish produced movies like The Color Purple and Bruce's Place. Yeah, that's right. Hollywood. Hollywood is largely responsible, not largely responsible, but Hollywood has some responsibility because they're the ones putting this propaganda out. But Black folks bear the weight because they want to see it. Okay, so he said Jordan innovated the Euro step. That's funny.
Old-time crusted white folks and the ways that they used to do things. I know she ain't talking about Vladimir Putin and the man is a known murderer. I don't even know why she brought his name out of her doggone mouth. My face is all scrunched up talking about her. Let me fix my face. All right. So Michelle Obama is innovative. She was a part of a record-breaking union. And we need more of these heart-to-heart conversations. We need more of these real conversations where People just stop with all the airs and all the pomp and circumstance.
This woman just said that Putin is a murderer. In what sense? In the sense of every global leader? How many folks did Obama bomb? How many folks did Obama kill? You see what I mean? When they're talking, and this is the majority of black women. And I know you're gonna say blacks, not all. The majority of black women don't know anything they're talking about. They just don't. They're just talking. She said Putin is a murderer, like all of these other global leaders haven't had to murder. Like, what is he talking about? Murderer like who? Pookie and Ray Ray? King Von? Murderer like who? She is so frustrated with this woman because this woman, first of all, is not bald-headed. She's wearing her natural hair. And she's holding women accountable. Those are three things that this woman, Tanya, loathes: real hair, accountability, and telling the truth. You want to get Tanya's face scrunched up? Real hair, accountability, and telling the truth.
The royal family is not one to emulate, especially as a black person and all the blood they got on their damn hands. And
all the blood that the royal family has on their hands, and somebody just put it in the chat, Planned Parenthood is responsible for over 20 million black babies being aborted since 1973. And you have the audacity to say blood on their hands, and you're the same woman that supports abortion. This is why I don't listen to most women. I don't. Because I know there's going to be a gross hypocrisy coming up soon. You call Putin a murderer. You call the royal family murderers. But black women are having 1,000 abortions a day. A day. So that means that black women can eclipse all the murders of Putin and the royal family in a couple of years. 10 years. So we got a whole country and a whole kingdom, and black women are killing more than a whole country and a whole kingdom. And she got the audacity to talk about blood on somebody's hands.
to talk about propriety, there's a lot of things that these people have done that we as black people should not condone nor try to emulate. That's the fact right there. So let's not. And then she's talking about Trudeau's wife and all this. At first, come on. These people are so stiff. You know what? It's like black people, they spend so much time wanting to be like white people until those white people adopt the ways of black people and then repackage it and give it right back to you. Remember all of the time that black people talked about how twerk?
Why is she putting a clap track behind, like, what she's saying is profound? A woman telling the world, not, I ain't talking about Michelle Obama, a woman telling the world that she didn't like her husband for 10 years is out of pocket. You bringing up white people and wanting to be white, all this nonsense because you know you don't have a leg to stand on. Talking about a woman being out of pocket and holding a woman accountable has nothing to do with the stuff she's talking about. The reason she's upset with this young lady is because of natural hair, accountability, and she's telling the truth. What man in this chat would date this woman, Tanya, with the blonde hair? Nobody. Now, men might sleep with her, but they're not going to wife her. And she's going to try to convince you all that she don't want to get married. She's going to try to convince you all that she don't need a man like that. The only type of man that will date this woman, he's going to be older, or he's going to be one that is sleeping with her because he don't have nothing else to offer. That's it. She doesn't get any cream of the crop men. She's going to get an older guy, and she's just younger than him. So he got him a little cat. So he's like 70, and she's in her 40s, or he's a guy in his 20s and 30s, and he on the couch with the PlayStation. That's it. No in between. Mystic Philly. I am so happy that I have a woman that is so dope. We had one disagreement 6 years ago. She apologized because of her emotions, and we have been 100 since. I love this woman with all my heart. Mystic Philly brings joy to my life because he shares stories that the red pill community never shares. How many red pill guys have you heard say, I love my woman, she's so dope? How many red pill guys have you heard say that me and my woman have had one argument in 6 years and she apologized? How many men in the red pill movement have a success story to tell you all? They got all this game, but they don't have a happy story to tell you. Well, what's the point of going through all this if there's no happy ending? All this red pill stuff, and Mystic Philly met his woman covered in mud. All this red pill game, all of this, and Mystic Philly met his woman covered in mud. All this red pill game, but Mystic Philly's father gave him a house when he turned 18. All this red pill game, but they ain't got no happy story to tell you all. The red pill movement was supposed to be a movement that was supposed to look out for men being done wrong in society. And I will also say the red pill movement was created to make men aware of certain trappings and pitfalls when it comes to women. But my thing is, the point of those things in the red pill movement was so that the man ends up with a good woman. That's the ultimate goal, where he doesn't have to go through all these things like the court systems with child support and get, all that stuff gets alleviated because the man is equipped to choose the right woman. So the red pill movement should be about empowerment, but not empowerment from a carnal sense, but from a spiritual sense. The reason why a man should be this way is because this is how God designed it. This is what makes God's plan work better if a man's in this position. If a man's in his right position, this affects everything, not only just the man, but the wife, the children, the family, the community, the country. That's why America going down the hill, going to hell in the handbasket, because all the men are weak. Let's continue.
Getting old will humble you so quickly. I'm 54, and let me tell you the harshest truths about aging that nobody prepares you for.
This woman is 54 years old, and it is a travesty she's not married. But I know why she's not married.
Getting old will humble you so quickly. I'm 54, and let me tell you the harshest truths about aging that nobody prepares you for. You won't grow out of bad habits.
Before she gets into this, Paul said, me and mine been going on almost 20 years, and baby number 4 on the way, and I'm so blessed. Again, thank you, Paul. They don't have these stories in the red pill community to tell you. What is the purpose of the red pill if you don't have a story like Paul or Mystic Philly? What is the purpose of it? You mean to tell me the purpose of it was to sleep with women? You could do that with nothing. You ain't got to go. Listen, let me tell y'all something. Thank you so much, Paul. And congratulations. When I was in the world, I was sleeping with women. It's not a flex. I'm saying I didn't need a red pill course for me to do it. It wasn't hard. It wasn't difficult. None of that. It was like taking candy from a baby. Whether I had, and the crazy part is, the less money I had, the more women I got. I don't know what that is. Like the less, if I was broke, my game was on 1,000. If I had some money, and I didn't feel like hunting that day. But if I was broke, my game was on 1,000. I'm talking about 1,000. So the red pill movement's purpose couldn't be sleep with women, because you don't need a red pill to do that. Trust me, that ain't. Anyway, congratulations to Mystic Philly and Paul. Let's continue. Orange and Slinky said the purpose of the red pill movement was to wake people up to reality. No one wanted the red pill at all. It was born out of pain and loss. Yeah. My daughter, who is 5, has demonstrated more commitment to Jesus than my husband. Your husband's out of order. If your 5-year-old daughter is more dedicated to Christ than your husband and her father, then your husband's out of pocket. And I blame him. I blame your husband. He's failed. So what you need to do, Miss Kat Sinclair, is get off this live right now and go pray with your husband, because clearly something is wrong in your household if your 5-year-old daughter has more commitment to Christ than your husband does. Get off this live right now and go pray with your husband. Matter of fact, go pray first and then go pray with your husband. Pray for yourself first, then go pray with your husband. It's too much. That's too much. Your daughter that's foolish. It's really foolish. Your son, yeah, you are out of order. And he out of order too, though. But you're out of order because he's out of order. And if he's out of order and you're out of order, the daughter's out of order. The whole house out of order. And guess what that means? If he's out of order and you're out of order and the daughter's out of order, but guess who's in order though? Satan. Satan's in the house now, running amok. So you need to get off this live, get on your knees and pray to God to give you the strength to be a wife that God ordains you to be, your husband needs you to be. Then go pray with your husband. And then fix him something to eat. I ain't talking about no sandwich either. Fix him a meal. No sandwich and no noodles. Fix him a meal. Let's continue.
Getting old will humble you so quickly. I'm 54, and let me tell you the harshest truths about aging that nobody prepares you for. You won't grow out of bad habits. You'll either break them or they will break you.
What she said in this, and again, when women get older, they start to lose estrogen, and estrogen starts to go away. Then they start to get more of a logical mind, and they start seeing things more clearly. So she's 54. This makes sense. But what she said was powerful. She said that you will not grow out of bad habits. You will either break them. I'm going to let her say it.
Realize that most so quickly. I'm 54, and let me tell you the harshest truths about aging that nobody prepares you for. You won't grow out of bad habits. You'll either break them or they will break you. You'll realize that
You will not grow out of bad habits. You will either break them or they will break you. This is the black woman's number one Achilles heel is bad behavior. Bad behavior. One more time.
getting old will humble you so quickly. I'm 54, and let me tell you the harshest truths about aging that nobody prepares you for. You won't grow out of bad habits. You'll either break them or they will break you. You'll realize that most people don't actually want to fix their lives. They just want attention for struggling. You're either building a life you love or you're collecting regrets. Choose wisely. It's not that your metabolism slows down. Your lifestyle does. The older you get, the more you realize that keeping the peace usually means betraying yourself. By right around the age of 40, you'll realize that most of the people that you call friends are just people you have history with, not people who actually care about you. After a certain age, being a work in progress just sounds like an excuse. You realize people will let you overextend yourself for as long as it benefits them. Aging isn't scary, but waking up at 50 and realizing you played it safe your entire life definitely is. And one day you're going to wake up and realize that your parents are not going to be here forever, and you'll wish you had spent more time with them. Hope that helps.
Now, this young lady, I'm not going to say she don't have bad behavior. I'm not going to say that she got it all figured out, but she does understand a little bit more at 54. And I guarantee she wishes that what she knows at 54, she knew at 24. But the beauty of this is that these stories are out there for us to learn from, and also following God's word prevents this from happening. You being 54 and still looking good, but you're not married. Like following God's word keeps you from being 54, still looking good, can still catch, but you're not married. So she dropped some jewels in this whole thing. She did. And what she's saying is that time is precious, and we shouldn't be wasting it because we don't have it to waste. We're all here for a finite amount of time. I mean, she a MILF. Yeah, she a MILF, but I'm just saying she's an attractive woman and she's single. That still has to be hard. Even though she's dropping some good game, it still has to be hard though. I'm still attracted. Like it's tough. Now, if you're 54 and your stomach is hanging and then you get it because you say I look atrocious, so I don't expect nothing. But if you were in shape and looking good at 54, you expect something. So I wish her the best though, but she dropped some truth. I wish her the best. Black, would you consider doing a Sunday service live? She's speaking about the word. I mean, I would. Yeah, I mean, I consider it, like Bible study, I guess. Yeah, I would consider it. But I guarantee in her past, if she ever says on her content, that she thought she had time. So she played the field how she wanted to play it. She thought that I can always get a guy, a girl, I ain't worried. And then one day you wake up and you're 54. One day I woke up and I was 40. Then I was 42. Then I was 44. Then I was 45. That sounds like guns. I started aging in gun years. I went from the 44. I went from the 40 to the 44 to the 45. I was aging in gun years. So again, you'll wake up one day and you'd be like, where did all this time go? What have I been doing? I'm just saying. So time is precious. We can't waste it. We can't waste it. Hold on. I had some. Oh man, I had another one I wanted to watch. I wanted to share this. Oh, here we go. 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 Here we go.
Imagine the future.
With us, 2 kids. Like, I'm gonna be a great father. I can't wait for that part.
I can't wait for that for us. Yeah.
So I think it's gonna be good. I'm like at a good point right now where I feel good. And I feel like I got so much stronger with you, with this process. Just like, you know, I'm also thinking like, you know, how better can I get, you know, rocking with you, you know?
You rock with me, I'm gonna take you to the moon.
Yeah, yeah.
I promise you.
To the moon.
To the moon.
Right there.
You ready for that? You ready for the ride?
Strap up.
Period.
I just gotta get my seatbelt on.
Let's watch this one more time. Let's watch it.
Imagine the future.
With us, 2 kids. Like, I'm gonna be a great father. I can't wait for that part.
I can't wait for that for us. Yeah.
So I think it's gonna be good. I'm like at a good point right now where I feel good. And I feel like I got so much stronger with you, with this process. Just like, you know, I'm also thinking.
Look at his eyes. Look at his eyes. He don't know anything. Look at his eyes. They have a term, it's called bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Look at his eyes. He does not know anything. Look at his eyes. He doesn't know anything. He's clueless. Look at him. So the relationship is already doomed. The relationship is doomed just based on this guy. Just the look in his eye. You can have the eye of the tiger or the eye of the coward.
Imagine the future.
With us, 2 kids. Like, I'm gonna be a great father. I can't wait for that part.
I can't wait for that for us. Yeah.
So I think it's gonna be good. I'm like at a good point right now where I feel good. And I feel like I got so much stronger with you, with this process. Just like, you know.
Yeah, Cole, he wet behind the ears. He smelled like milk. He don't know nothing. This woman across from him is plotting and planning. She ain't even thinking about it. He's just a place filler. He's just an insert man. That's all he is. She don't like him. Do you think she like him? I'm gonna play this again.
Imagine the future.
With us, 2 kids. Like, I'm gonna be a great father. I can't wait for that part.
I can't wait for that for us. Yeah.
So I think it's gonna be good. I'm like at a good point right now where I feel good. And I feel like I got so much stronger with you, with this process. Just like, you know, I'm also thinking like, you know, how better can I get, you know, rocking with you, you know?
You rock with me, I'm gonna take you to the moon.
Yeah, yeah.
I promise you.
To the moon.
To the moon.
Right there.
You ready for that? You ready for the ride?
Strap up.
Period.
I just gotta get my seatbelt on.
Dress. Yes. I'm getting married. Yes. Period. Turn me up.
The train is so pretty.
It's beautiful. Oh, it's beautiful.
I am obsessed with this dress.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Oh, man.
Listen, fellas, if you get with a young lady, I don't care how this sounds, and all her friends are big, it's going to be a problem for your relationship. She can have one big friend. If all her friends are big, it's going to be a problem in your relationship. You can say Blanche has too much. If all her friends are big, it's going to be all of them came. She should have variety. It shouldn't be they all big. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I said it. Y'all can't be big. Because I know what comes with that. I know what happens when they all big.
I'm in a wedding dress. Yes. I'm getting married. Yes. Period. Turn me up.
The train is so pretty.
It's beautiful.
Oh, it's beautiful. I am obsessed with this dress.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Holy cow.
Amber, wow.
You look beautiful.
That's beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
Well, he stood still, chose what you wanted, and I paid the bill. I never
Amber, look at you. Bride to be. I'm doing it, y'all.
You are.
You look stunning.
You look amazing. You look amazing.
You look amazing, Amber.
Amazing.
The veil. The veil is giving.
And when they say even the phrase love is blind, now we all know this woman's not going to make a good wife. We know this. Any woman saying period and all that stuff, they're not going to make a good wife. I'm sorry. You can say bland, people can change, bland, you biased. All that period, and I'm not doing no. Imagine the premise of the show Love is Blind when love is everything but blind. When love is everything but blind. What does the Bible say about love? What does the Bible? Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects. It always trusts. It always hopes, always preserves. That's the opposite of blind. They want you to believe that love is blind so that you make a bad decision. That's what they want. Because their goal for you not to actually be married is to have the family structure destroyed. Love is everything but blind. Love is not blind. Love is very aware. Love is very thoughtful. Love is prepared. Like, love is not blind at all. Yes, love is unconditional. I wanted to talk about, let me play this video and play these last few clips.
And I hate when people be like, you need to give another race a chance. I don't want to give them a chance. Okay? I want a black king. A black man. A nigga.
Okay, moving on.
Yeah. It's my birthday. Yeah. It's my birthday. Ooh. It's my birthday. Turn me up. It's my birthday. Turn me up. It's my birthday. Yeah. Turn me up. Yeah. Yeah. Turn me up. It's I'm in a nasty. It's my birthday. Yeah. It's my birthday. Yeah. It's my birthday. Ooh. It's my birthday. Turn me up. It's my birthday. Turn me up. It's my birthday. Yeah. Turn me up. Yeah. Yeah. Turn me up. It's I'm in a nasty.
I'm gonna say this right now, and this is gonna be the unpopular opinion. But for this woman to be dressed like this, it's the man's fault. There is no man, and a lot of black women do this with this weave and these tattoos and this ain't so these lashes. I blame the men for this. You know why I blame the men? Because if men did not sleep with them, they would stop doing this. It's the fact that she can look like a Pokemon, a ghetto Pokemon character, and still have a guy spend money on her and sleep with her as to why she's doing this. Look at this. Look. Look at this. Look. Look at the nails. Look at this. What man is co-signing this? There's a guy co-signing this. She got multiple kids. I know she got kids. You don't have this level of audacity without having children. You don't. Like you get this level of audacity when you dropped a few eggs that have been fertilized and seen maturation and become children. Like you don't to do this, you have to have multiple children with multiple baby fathers. That too. So it's not, yeah, you have to do all that to do this, yeah. Axiom said it's a lesbian co-signing this. I know it's a man. I guarantee she messing with a guy. I guarantee it's men in her phone. She got a dude on the side. She got a main dude. I know. Face tattoos. Nico said men don't like this. Men don't like it. But are men going to turn it down? I mean, I don't really care about grills. You know, they pull out. You know, you pull to take your grill. I mean, gold teeth is just jewelry. It's no different than a nose, earring. Like, it's just jewelry. But permanent golds in your mouth, in the front, I don't know. You got some caps in the back, maybe, but some crowns in the back. But a permanent golds in front, I don't know about that. But are men telling her no is my question. Is she being shunned on the dating market? So I agree that men don't want this. If they had to pick, they don't want this. But if she's drunk at the club and she want to go home, are they going to tell her no? And if they don't want to go home with her, are they going to tell her no for the list that we see right here? You got too many tattoos. You got face tattoos. You got too much weave, too much lace front, too much glue, too many eyelashes, too many nails. It's just too much. No, he's not. Last story I want to cover, and again, this goes into the bad behavior, but let's check it out.
Los Angeles influencer Summer Wheaton pleaded not guilty to killing a man when she recklessly drove drunk after a star-studded Independence Day party in Malibu. Despite initially suspending her social media account, she has since taken to Instagram again to post a self-serving video where she talked about her hard times in recent months. During the clip, she hawked $35 faith-based template-to-life organizational planners and reassured her followers that beautiful things can bloom out of despair. Her decision to get in the car that night led to her being accused of colliding with a rideshare car driven by 44-year-old Martin Okiki, fatally injuring the husband and father of one.
Now, do you think, based on what she did, do you think that the sisterhood has rejected her or giving her support? Now, based on what she's done, do you think that the sisterhood has rejected her or are they giving her support? Let's go to the famous video.
Feeling when life feels like it's all falling apart, but somehow it's the start of something really beautiful? Well, that was me. The last few months have been hard. I went through moments where I truly didn't know how I'd pull through. But in the chaos, something shifted. I was reminded of a deeper truth, that beautiful things can bloom out of despair. Sometimes it's in those broken places where faith takes root and grows stronger. I found myself coming back to this idea though. What if I had written down the desires of my heart, not just for a perfect day, but as a way of handing it all over to God, trusting Him with the details while staying intentional about my goals and habits. I just wish that I had had this planner sooner. It's been such a game changer, helping me stay inspired, grounded, and aligned. Faith and intentionality can create something so beautiful, and it all starts with one small step or one blank page. I wanted you all to experience the same shift I had, so I've made it available for you. Enjoy your new planner with Template to Life.
Now, imagine killing somebody, and we'll say it was an accident, but imagine being drunk driving. Imagine claiming to be so into the Lord. You are drunk driving, leaving a star-studded LA party. You kill a man, and then you have the audacity to talk about that experience as you try to sell some planners for $35.
You know that feeling when life feels like it's all falling apart, but somehow it's the start of something really beautiful? Well, that was me. The last few months have been hard. I went through moments where I truly didn't know how I'd pull through. But in the chaos, something shifted. I was reminded of a deeper truth, that beautiful things can bloom out of despair. Sometimes it's in those broken places where faith takes.
Now, I want you to think about this child. Where's the father? Now, this baby is young. Where's the father? Where is the father?
Takes root and grows stronger. I found myself coming back to this idea though. What if I had written down the desires of my heart, not just for a perfect day, but as a way of handing it all over to God, trusting Him with the details while staying intentional about my goals and habits.
Giving it over to God while staying intentional about my goals and habits. Giving it over to God while staying intentional about my goals and habits. I'm giving it over to God, but I'm going to remain intentional about my goals and my habits. Now, keep in mind, this man is dead. This man had a wife and child at home. This woman killed this man, and she's posting videos as if, now, what made her take her social media page down, and then what made her put it back up? Most people take their social media page down out of just the shame alone. Just the shame alone makes them take the social media page down. But what did she do? She took it down and put it back up. You know why she put it back up? Because she's indulged in bad behavior. And see, where God would say, take that down, Satan's going to say, not only put your page back up, but do a commercial to sell these notebooks about God and your life. This is what bad behavior does. Bad behavior is a constant conversation with Satan. The Bible says, resist the devil and he will flee. Engaging in bad behavior is a constant conversation with Satan. This man is dead. He had a wife and kid, and you on here making videos, no shame, no remorse. And everybody in her comments, girl, you so, this is what they're saying. Girl, you so beautiful. You look so stunning. Oh, we here with you. I'm like, what in the, yeah. And who do you think is leaving these comments with so much support for this women? You think it's white men? You think it's white women? You think it's black men? Mm-mm. Who do you think her biggest advocates are after she just killed this man? Thank you, Neek. The profits from this notebook should go to that man's family.
I just wish that I had had this planner sooner. It's been such a game changer, helping me stay inspired, grounded, and aligned. Faith and intentionality can create something so beautiful, and it all starts with one small step or one blank page. I wanted you all to experience the same shift I had, so I've made it available for you. Enjoy your new planner with Template to Life.
Soulless. 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 Bad behavior.
I think I have a new boyfriend. I don't know yet though. Like, I don't want to speak too soon, but bitch, I think I got a new boyfriend. Bitch, I think I have a new boyfriend. I don't know yet though. Like, I don't want to speak too soon, but bitch, I think I got a new boyfriend.
Bad behavior. Bad behavior.
Social media girls be bugged out. I'm telling you, they be behind the camera being pretty and thinking they untouchable, but they are just crash outs. Like this social media influencer right.
Let me tell y'all something. Until a nigga get on social media and say, I'm for her, that's my beat, and I love her, I'm single. I was getting dropped off. Let me tell y'all something. Until a nigga get on social media and say, I'm for her, that's my beat, and I love her, I'm single. I was getting dropped off.
If you look at this phone app, it says outside, then it says the streets. The streets. Bad behavior. And I'm trying to highlight that this kind of behavior disqualifies you from a husband. Now, you can get with a guy. He won't be a husband, though. He'll be a man that allows you to engage in bad behavior. Keep in mind, she done killed somebody. But this is a voiceover, though. It ain't her. It's a voiceover. You see the shirt. You see the shirt, Rashawn. Needy AF. bad behavior. Thank you, my boy Calvin. Thank you so much, sir. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I really appreciate it. For the super sticker, thank you so much. Vintage Goods Willie. Women compete against men. I never hear a man say I can do anything a woman can do. Amen. But then you got these trans saying they better than, well, I guess you're right still, because the trans say they're not competing. They say they better than regular women. So you're right. You don't hear men say it on either side. You don't hear the straight men saying it, and you don't hear the trans men saying it. Thank you, Vintage Goods Willie. Cruise Missile, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, sir. Always supporting. Naj Nadija Moore, thank you so much for the super sticker. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Tut Allen, the crazy eyes tell me she's a Jezebel. I don't know who you're talking about, but yes. Maybe the girl that had the wedding gown on in the Dating Love is Blind show. Jezebel to the tilt. I'll take you to the moon, baby. She said. CC777, thank you so much, sir, for the super ticker. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Listen, you all. I love y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed tonight's show. I will we'll be on Cutting Through the Culture tomorrow with me, Chad, Chuck, Keisha. So hope y'all will tune into the show tomorrow. Today hopefully we learned about a man's outlook. And ladies, that man's outlook needs to be conducive to God's word. And men, your outlook needs to be conducive to God's word. God never said put yourself in a box, and God never said look at the world through a narrow scope. God said that the earth is ours and the fullness thereof. So the whole earth we should be looking at, not just some small segment, and wondering how the black man is going to survive in this cruel and harsh, wicked white world. We reject that. Anyway, I love y'all, and I will see you all soon. Remember, ladies, there are two types of men, wise and foolish. And remember, fellas, if she engages in bad behavior, exit stage left. Listen, I love y'all. Thank you so much, Goddess Navi, for moderating. I think I saw Angel Wings here earlier. Thank you for moderating. Thank y'all so much. Christina, Tierra, Neek, Paul, Brian, Herc, Nicodemus, Rashawn, Cole, CC7, Maestro, Mystic Philly, Miss Graves, Leatherface, everybody. Thank y'all so much for tuning in tonight, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.